Can't hear you, Pat.
You're muted.
All right.
It's best. Sometimes it's best just to mute myself. After a night like this, because I'm ready to rage it up tonight. But like I said, we don't have Dave Yarnall in the house. Dave's out there in AC, but we do have a special guest, join us from the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. My main man. Again, he's across from the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania. He's going to be giving us his insights from what he saw from the Pittsburgh side of things. Joining my man, Bill Akins. Bill, first of all, welcome to the show.
Hey.
I know you're pretty excited for a win. Me and Euro Paul here are going to be ready to throw our TVs because one in particular pitcher sitting on top of a 5-0 run lead and decides to blow it up. He sucks. I'm done with him. I'm done. I'm out on there. He stinks. I'm ready to. I don't know what they can do with this guy. He's got this trade clause where he don't have to go back to the minors. I don't know. But it's definitely not what I signed up for this guy. Paul, it's you and I talked previously about on air. The ERA is not good on this guy. And this is not how I want to remember Aaron Nola. This is not how I want to remember him. I want to remember him as that possible guy who's you had to debate whether he was an ace or not. Now he's not even your one-hole pitcher, two-hole, your a-hole, anus hole, whatever you want to call him. He's somewhere looping around that, rectum hole, whatever you want to call it. He's somewhere hanging in there because he stinks. He can at best he can give you 5 innings at best, and we all know the shoe's about to come off. You and I talked previous, before going on air. He just loves, favoring those knuckle curveballs, and he leaves them right over the middle. And at some point, they're begging to leave the yard, begging. And you got guys off of Pittsburgh, like that kid Griffin, who looks like he's going to be a stud in this league. He's a young hitter. He's going to be a promising piece for Pittsburgh. You got guys like that, Archcraft, who had no life in this game after the Phillies got to him early.
Gave up 3 home runs.
He gave up 3 home runs. After that, after he gave the 3 home runs to Marsh, Harper, and who else he gave up? Turner early. Yep. After that, they were begging to lose, and no, because of our number one Aaron Nola, Mr. Meatballs, Meatball Marinara, whatever you want to call him, Aaron Nola, this stinks. And he just gave Pittsburgh a brand new life. But Paul, I'll kick it to you. What did you see from Nola tonight, other than stress?
Yeah. I mean, dude, you have to. It's a huge cause of concern anymore, right? Because he finished last year with a 6 ERA, really struggled last year, and he's doing the same thing, same ERA again this year. This definitely was not on the Phillies, dude. It was on Aaron Nola. You spot him a 5-0 lead, right? And then it has to be demoralizing to your teammates every time you go out here. If you get a lead, they're on eggshells, right? Oh God, when he's going to lose it? When he's going to lose it? They're going to have to fix this. I mean, think about it, right? You have 2 bona fide starters, right? You have third in Luzardo, he's a wild card too. You don't know which one you're going to get. I think he struck out 13 guys last game, whatever, or 2 games ago, and gave up 6 runs. So you don't know what kind you can get from him. And then the rest of the back end, you have to worry, right? We don't have a 5th starter anymore, and Aaron Nola can't even be a 5th starter himself. So really huge cause of concern here, man. I don't know what we're gonna do. They're gonna have to fix it, put him in the bullpen or something, because I don't think he can go to the market.
It's like you and I talked again previous going on air. This is to the Joel Embiid factor, where his best days are behind him, where you should have moved on from this guy 4 or 5 years ago when you had the opportunity and you never pulled the trigger. He's just not the same player as he was. I know you threw in this monster contract, and now the monster contract is only hurting his team. Like you said, the team should be going out after this game, having a few beers or whatever, and celebrating together. Instead, they're going home and frustrated off of one guy really in particular. And listen, I get it. Sugar didn't have a great bullpen game himself, because that really the offense was still hanging around till about the 7th inning. Marsh hits another home, gets a pair of home runs, and then There he goes again. There goes the bullpen. Your middle relievers throwing it down in the dumps. It's just, I mean, really, like you and I have talked when the season got started.
For them to rally back to go down to 1 run, right? And then you get Sugar come in, give up like 1 out away from going into ninth, only down 1 with your top guns coming up, and you give up that 3-run home run. You can tell in the bottom of ninth, those at bats, they were already defeated, right? They're defeated. Mm-hmm. Like they already had shown no good effort in the bats, especially Turner. That's demoralizing when you come back like that, and to have go down 4 after ninth inning.
It's crazy, but Bill, let's get your insights from across the state. Archcraft, what can you give me about him? What you saw today? What you didn't like to see from him? What did you see?
Well, he's been our best pitcher as of late, which is hard to believe. But he's at like a 3.33 ERA, lots of strikeouts. He's been lights out tonight. Off the bat, giving up 3 home runs, and it didn't look good. But I'll tell you what, he's one of those guys that he doesn't really let that thing he doesn't let things like that rattle him. He'll continue to attack the zone, and he did that tonight. He continued to attack the zone. He didn't care. Like he just was like, okay, I'm going to continue to attack the zone and right the ship, and he did. I mean, if you look at what his stats were earlier in this game, you'd think, oh man, this guy really. But I mean, he really turned it around. I mean, for a guy that gave up 3 home runs, he actually didn't pitch bad tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he had like 97 pitches, 73 were strikes. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're right. Had 8 Ks on the night tonight. Pretty good. I mean, Archcraft was not bad on the hill tonight for you guys, even though he was getting he was having balls leave the park early. Like you said, he did not get rattled tonight. He stayed the course, stayed in the flow, unlike some other pitchers around here. And he just continued to attack the Phillies lineup. And it's crazy because just watching this game and just watching one pitcher who it shows you it's a night and day difference between when a pitcher's on his A game from when a pitcher one pitch can lead to Aaron Nola getting rattled compared to one pitch going bad, a couple pitches that went bad for Archcraft. And no, he just wasn't rattled. He was just lasered in, focused, and able to continue to deliver. And again, the more and more that Aaron Nola screwed up, the more and more this guy was getting to his own, saying, hey, listen, I have an opportunity to play for my team here, not to let everything go bad. Let me get back in this game. And that's what he did.
Yeah. I mean, great.
Yeah, so I mean, it's and then like you said, you get to the bullpen arms, sugar it. You know what I mean? And again, the Phillies just frustrate you more. Just getting
it's patchwork. Other than your top 3 relievers, the rest are just patchwork pitchers that Dombrowski put together, and this is just not working out. Whoever you bring up, call up, whatever, it's just not working out.
Well, right. If I may, it looks to me like you guys, and I haven't watched much Phillies baseball, but I followed it a little bit. I followed the scores and things like that, and looked at some of the stats. I mean, it looks to me like your best. You have a very inconsistent rotation, but your best guys are Zach Wheeler and Sanchez. Right. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And
starter wise, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Starter wise, yeah. But you got guys like he's a high earner, Aaron Nola, Walker, right? They've forced this team to rely heavily on your bullpen, and you've got a little bit of some unproven depth when it comes to that. So that's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're staked to a 5-0 lead. You have to win that game.
Yeah,
it's simple. Simple.
Yeah.
And then I guarantee the players on this team, knowing that Noel's pitching that 5-0 lead, they're still worried, right? Because he's been inconsistent, terrible all year.
Right.
And he has been. And like I said, I've seen one good game so far from Nola. It's when
did win.
Yeah, because he won. He gave you 5 innings. He looked like a shell of himself, And then after that, Aaron Nola is just Aaron Nola. Like you have in this back of your mind, you have this high hope for this guy that he's going to turn something around. And the only thing he's turning around is a car accident, just from one to another, just one to another. And I just don't get it. I mean, he doesn't even, I mean, his fastballs, his sinkers, and I get it. Like the McCarthys of the world, the Crooks of the world, they get excited because I get, and I know that it's their job to hype it up and all that stuff. But even they said, like, listen, when you have multiple meetings on the mound because you're not pitching that well, it's only going to, and that's Donnie Baseball's fault. And listen, you're Aaron Nola by now. You've been coaching this team. You've been part around this team for quite some time. When he gets into a snowball effect, just yank him. And you should automatically, by that third inning, start having someone dialed up in that bullpen. I'm sorry. Nola can't go 4 or 5 innings anymore. Those days are not like
second and third time around the batting order, he gets lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I mean like it happens every freaking time.
It does. It happens every single time with this guy. He's just not it's not just not what he used to be. And now, like I mentioned, you have a young, hungry Pittsburgh Pirates team. Guys like I mentioned, Griffin and Reynolds and Vivas, like those guys were crushing them. We're crushing them tonight. And again, a couple home runs like in the 5th inning, the monster double of Brett Reynolds. I mean, how do you let that go? How do you not?
That just shows you the farm system of between our team and then Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh have all these young guys coming up. I think Griffin was like #1 prospect in baseball at one point. Come up, right, and they're contributing and they're having great seasons. We don't have everybody. Any person we call up, whether it's Rincones, whether it's Felix Reyes, whether it's Otto Kemp, they fail, dude, and they go back to the minors. And there's a reason for that. Our farm system is just trash. We don't even have a pitcher to call up to replace anybody. We don't. We have nothing.
No, yeah, that's a good call by you too, Paul. I mean, because it's that's why they have to make all these monster off-season trades because apparently they can't draft. They have nothing to come through the farm system and play well. I mean, like you said, Otto Kemp was here for a cup of coffee, went back down. You have Andrew Painter who paid himself way back down. It's so far. You have in the last 10 to 15 years, I can remember that you had something come out of the farm system with Cole Hamels and an early Aaron Nola. That was the only farm system players. Everyone else has just been a free agent or a trade kind of move.
Right, and then they give up on Mickey Moniak, right? He was a first round overall pick, right? And he's going to Colorado, hitting like 15, 20 home runs already this year. And we need an outfielder, right? You drafted him high, you let him go for nothing. Well, basically nothing.
Well, and looking at your lineup, it's a very high-priced lineup. You expect something more from your offense. I mean, it's very anemic at this point in time. I mean, you're hovering the bottom third of the league in batting average and team OPS. And even when your pitchers perform well, you don't get the run support.
Right, so that's the problem, right? Because the first 3 hitters of our lineup, Turner, Schwarber, and Harper, are making trillions of dollars. And then look at the rest of the lineup. It's like, Marsh's having a great year, right? Minus him, right? 5th, 6th, 7th hitters, like you're going to get barely nothing out of them because we don't have any money to pay anybody else.
Our Phillies #1 listener into the program, she's checked in. Swin's checked in, and she's saying Pittsburgh won at Schwarber in the all season. Well, listen.
They tried. Yeah. I don't know how hard though, but they did try. I think.
Yeah, they tried, but I don't. From what I understand, at least I don't know what you heard on your end across the state, but from what we heard over here, it really fell short of what he was. Which is typical of the Pirates.
Moon's saying them fightings. Who's them? Where was a fight tonight? Well, I mean, the offense was a fight, but not so much
until the 9th, and then we
not so much from Aaron Nola. He gave you no fight. He might fight his pickle a little later, but he's not fighting anything here. But I mean, it's crazy. I I almost feel bad, but I don't like for him because he's not going to want to turn on any kind of sports radio. He's not going to want to. He's probably catching a mouthful right now from his teammates. It's not bad, and they know they shot themselves in the foot by now they're eating crow with that monster contract, and he's just sucking. Who expected to get a win? Who expects them to get a win? We expected though, Moons. This Phillies team was
tonight. I mean, thank God we have our two best pitchers next. Well, we're playing. Well, are we pitched up against Skeens tomorrow? Is it? No, Skeens is Wednesday, right?
No.
Wednesday. Yeah.
He said who expected Noel to get the win? Listen, I hear you, but when you sit on a 5-0 cushion, I expect you to play a little bit better, right? Or get to the bullpen earlier or something. I mean, you just can't just puff away a 5-0 wrong.
The bullpen's getting taxed, though. You know what I mean? Like if he came out a third inning or fourth inning,
that's true.
You got 5 friggin' innings of your relievers who've been been used heavily the last week or so.
Right, and that's again, this goes back to falling on the front office again. This is because now you go from Sanchez, Wheeler, Luzardo, Nola,
question mark.
And then Regal, the bullpen game at this point. And Swin is now chiming in. She says, "Get a pitcher from Seattle."
Yeah, you heard about them, right? They have so many starting pitchers that they all agreed to come in in every game. They'll have 2 starters actually pitch in one game because there's so many overlapping in starters. We should get one from them.
Yeah, you're right. Swin. Your Paul says, you definitely got to pick up a pitcher from Seattle. Good call. And then Moons is saying, if Nola starts next year, I quit. Listen, if Nola gets any kind of start, I think we're all going to quit.
I just don't know what you do with him, dude. Because he's
can't.
All that money. What do you do? Put him in a bullpen?
That
would be expensive bullpen piece.
And listen, at this point, how's it going to? You might as well at this point. But like you said, though, Paul, there's nothing in the farm system to replace him. You haven't found nothing to replace Painter yet. Now you got to replace 2 pitchers. It's just wild. Let's get in though. I know we jumped a little ahead. At this point in time, I want to get into. I know, like I said, the Pittsburgh Pirates win a big one today in South Philly, 11-7. So again, Pittsburgh Pirates playing with a little bit of redemption, a little bit of coming back to haunt this team. But Paul, we do this every game. Let's go around the league a little bit and see what's going on. Hopefully, because I know. Hold on, Brandon's checking in. Brandon Orosky saying trade Scooble from Nola, and I know, very funny. How's that going? Let's find where he lives. No, we can't go looking for Nola. We can't do that. We can't.
Well, we're not going to do what we did to the Eagles' offensive coordinator's house.
No, we're not going to do a Kevin Tulo egg in Kevin Tulo's house. But anyway, we got top of the 8th right now. We got the Brew Crew and the Reds going at 3-3 right now. The Padres and the Cubbies going to end of the 6th. It's 2-2 apiece. The Twins right now up 8-1 or up 5-1, the top of the 8th over the Astros. The Marlins again. The Phillies got to look over their shoulders here because the Marlins.
Yeah, they're breathing behind us definitely.
They're playing good baseball right now, and as they're winning 6-5 over the Rockies right now. The Angels right now, top of the 3rd, are winning 1-0 over the Mariners. The Dodgers are winning 2-1 over the A's. San Francisco Giants are losing to the Diamondbacks. The White Sox are losing to beat the snot out of the Orioles 8-2. So, and that's pretty much all we have as far as the games. And like I said, I know the Phillies have their ups and downs, but I listen to a lot of baseball fans, San Francisco Giants, the Baltimore Orioles. Like, there's hell everywhere right now as far as baseball, unless you're the Dodgers. There's hell everywhere. It's just nuts where it's all at right now. But like I said, let's get into the offense. Bill, I'm going to start with you. Can you tell me about your offense with the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Well, I could tell you that it's been a little bit. There's been a lot of slumps this year, and you've had a lot of injuries. I mean, O'Neal Cruz has been a key piece. just I mean, he's come up. He strikes out a lot, but he comes up, big. And when you need a home run, when you need a 2-run, 3-run shot, that's the guy who delivers. And it's just you've had Griffin just coming back from an injury as well. He was out for some time, so there's been a lot of this lineup's been plagued by a lot of injuries, and O'Neal Cruz has been the biggest one. And you just have overall the team has a very low batting average across the roster, and I don't know. I mean, there's different talks you hear of they need bullpen help big time. I mean, their bullpen has been the number one detriment to them this year, but also you've had a somewhat of a stagnant offense, and like I said, it's been plagued by a lot of injuries. And I mean, you want to be when you talk trade deadline, you want to add pieces that are going to bolster the roster to make a playoff push. At this point in time, you're trying to patchwork guys, and maybe get some guys, stopgappers that can come in and keep you treading water, basically. Keep you around 500. But I don't think that's going to get the job done in this division.
No, it's hard, right? It's hard for the Pirates because, like you said, to make any kind of trend. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Swin, for the likes on the program. It's hard for this team to move forward. For like you said, you're in a tough division like the Phils. It's hard to do it. You got the Brew Crew, who's obviously you're going to be looks like to be running away with it. But it's tough. I mean, you guys. I mean, yeah, you got Skeens can answer for Mazeroski, but yeah, you have to have you have to have a lineup. You have to have an offense they can hit. I mean, the Brew Crew can have guys 1 through 9 they can hit. But no, like I said, in this game though, you guys didn't do bad at all. I mean, you have your catcher, you had bomb part of your lineup that was making contact. Just when the Phillies looked like they were coming back with some kind of momentum and air, Brandon Marsh's 2-run blast. Listen, you guys found a way to thump them and silence the crowd and that was it. You had Trillias with a home run. You had the catcher who had a big time. Rodriguez had a nice little home run there that kind of put the icing on the cake. Like I said, we mentioned Griffin going 2 for 5 tonight. You mentioned about Herrera going 2 for 5. I mean, you got Valdez 2 for 3 with a nice little pop home run.
Valdez has been a really good, very good for them, and Triola has been he's been very inconsistent as of late. He's played a little bit better, and you've seen some consistent production from Triola, which I'm happy to see. You mentioned Skeens. Here's the thing I think with Skeens, and I don't forgive me if you were maybe wanting to talk about this maybe a little later, but I just want to say something about Skeens. He's had a strong ERA this year. It's not bad, but there's really a lot of growing concerns, at least from the Pittsburgh media on just a steady decline in his fastball velocity. I mean, you're talking like they were saying on average just like 3 mile per hour down than what it was last year, and and it's just been a lack of I don't know, some of his pitches have just been he's not effective like he was, and I don't know, man, if you're this so-called up and coming ace, and I don't know, he's got to try to get it together somehow. I don't know what it is. You look at Mazeroski, that guy is just lightning. I mean, he's blowing everybody out of the water. I mean, and Skeens is kind of going in the other direction. I hate to say that, but it's just been, you've seen this. It's not just him. I mean, you've seen a lot of their starters have struggled to pitch deep into games, and and people put a lot of blame on this bullpen, and it is a terrible bullpen. I agree, but it's been very taxed this year, because these guys, and another guy, Mitch Keller, innings eater last year, innings eater the year before in 2024. It just has not been able to pitch deep into games this year. For whatever reason, I don't know, but
Well, I mean, look, like I said, we don't get to see schemes like you do. I mean, obviously you're around them, but still, I mean, I would, again, one of the better pitchers in the league right now. I mean, like I said,
Oh yeah, sure.
it's definitely so. Again, and maybe like you said, maybe there's a lot of pressure on him too. Now he's starting to lose a little bit of that. So let's get us a little bit more comments coming here again. Swin's coming over. She goes, Brewers don't spend that much. And then she says, Pirates spend a little, little. She says the Pittsburgh Pirates spend a little this season.
Yeah,
What?
that's every season.
They spend a little money this season.
Oh yeah, payroll. Yeah,
They've spent a little money this season. Is what she said.
That's what she said.
A little more than normal. Yeah, a little more than normal. Sure. Yep.
Yeah. So, but again, guys, listen, for everyone who's chimed into or checking in the show again, guys, make sure you give my guy Euro Paul there and my man Bill Arkins. You can catch him Wednesday nights here on the Stream Punk. You catch him here Wednesday nights here 8 o'clock. You catch him talking all sorts of Pittsburgh sports. Love his stuff. Love him. Ed, they fight. I like that stuff. They never agree on anything. It's pretty him.
Hard to agree with a guy from Washington D.C.
And listen,
listen. It just wants to put everything down Pittsburgh, but the guy's lived here 26 years, and
right. He could pretty much at this point forfeit his collars, but I get it. Listen, he's true. I can respect him. I mean, listen, he might secretly have it like the Steelers tattoo somewhere on his cheeks. Suwin says, "What's his TikTok?" Right now, you can follow Bill's TikTok. You can follow Europol's. I will. So you give his their TikToks a follow. You can follow them at Still City. It's one of my links too. I give them a follow as well. So you give that. You catch Bill over there and all that stuff. So make sure you do that there, Swin. So, but so we are live on all your social media platforms. You know what time it is, Paul. It's the point where we have to give this team grade today, and Paul, and since Bill's here, he could give the Pittsburgh Pirates a grade. But so Paul, I'll go to you. What kind of grade are you going to give the Phillies today?
Well, I mean, certainly it wasn't the offense, right? It's definitely basically one person, maybe two, right? Maybe
your
two.
Favorite pitcher in the world.
Yeah. So overall, I think give it a C, only because the pitching was so shitty. But look, LaMarche had a great game, 2 home runs. Trey lit off with a home run. They scored 7 runs, right? So, that should be more than enough to win the freaking game. But Noel's pitching, so definitely I'll say a C.
I'm gonna go in your ballpark. I'm gonna be C+. I'll go a little bit more Wheelay. I mean, like I said, you jumped on one of the Pittsburgh Pirates' better pitchers early. You won up 5-0. Your starting pitcher left you abysmal. You came battling back, and then your bullpen left you abysmal. So for what you're dealing with, for putting, like you said, for putting up 7 runs, I'll give it to the Phils. Bill, what do you give the Pittsburgh Pirates today?
I mean, I give them an A. I think I think it was a good, solid win. I probably initially wouldn't have given them an A, but they, definitely redeemed themselves. I mean, you're down 5-0. I was like, oh, this is not good. But very shocked that they were able to come back and do what they did. And Andy gets that big 3-run homer at the end to seal the deal. And, so I give him a solid A.
Solid A?
Hey, if you actually watch Aaron Nola pitch you shouldn't be really that shocked.
He hung a lot out there, And the John Wayne or the
freaking game. Pat, do you even remember when he has not given up even 1 home run in a game? I can't even.
We got an announcer here, John Wayner, who's an ex-Pirate, and he said, he said it. I was listening to the tail end of the he was wrapping it up, and he said, Aaron Nola leaves a lot hanging out there at times. And he said the Pirates are able to capitalize.
30 plus home runs every year he gives up. Every year, 30 plus.
Yep. And it's just crazy. I mean, going back to Nola and his concern, it's just Like you were favoring this knuckle curveball of yours it was just a meat potato. It was over the plate. It was begging to leave the yard. I get it. He only has 3 pitches in his arsenal. He only has a fastball, a sinker, and it's not like his velocity's at 93 if it could reach that high. And then it's just like he gets in these panic modes, and it's just he has nothing else to scare you with, and it's just coming right down the middle, and every batter is going, "Oh, this is a no brainer. This is a no brainer." And then he'll try to go outside the strike zone. He gets caught there. He goes, then he gets, like I said, it was a matter of time today before those knuckle curveballs became free souvenirs for the Philly fans. And it's crushing at this time where I'm seeing this guy's career go right down the toilet. I mean, he just. Like I said, at one point in his career, we had a conversation whether he was an ace or not. And now we're having conversations whether he should be in the Philly Fanatic mascot or not. It's, I mean, this is where we're at with this guy. And unfortunately, it's like, he's going to be one of those athletes in this town that just can't live up to the full potential what he could have been, and it sucks. I've seen it with Lindros. Well, unfortunately, Lindros got taken up by Also, we know the concussion story. I've seen it now with Joel Embiid. Now I'm seeing it with this guy. It's terrible. It's terribly that I have had so much. I was on Aaron Nola Hill, and I had to get off of it. I had to get off it with my floaties, because if I didn't, I was going to just lie there like the guy in the violin with the Titanic. It's just I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more with this guy. It's the party's over. He knows it.
Playing near to thee.
Yeah. I mean, we're at the point now. We're not even reaching the All-Star break yet. And we're trying to sort out all the bugaboos, and tonight he's the main reason. You don't have no more Andrew Painter blame. Someone's got to take the fall. And games like this, where you're trying to stay competitive, and trying to lock down. Like I said, I think that you mentioned you're 3 games out from the NL East. Every game's crucial right now. You want to keep on. You want the Braves to keep on looking over their shoulder. You don't want them getting comfortable. You want them to keep, because now we have to look over our shoulders, because there's the Nationals and there's the Marlins sitting right there.
Yeah, but I just don't know what you do at this point, right? Because you better just hope that Painter figures it out in the minors to be a serviceable 5th starter. Maybe you have to go get one and then put Nola in the bullpen, because he's decent for first 2 innings, right? And then always the rails fall off. So maybe he's that bullpen piece, and you have to get a 4th starter somewhere. I mean, that's what I see now.
Well, how do you think he would take that, though? If they moved into bullpen, would he be one of those guys that would kind of take offense to that, maybe kick and scream a little bit, or because I know that happened. Carmen Majinski over here, that was a big thing. I mean, he just was throwing just pouting when they threw him in the bullpen. I mean, they just it made news, and
I mean. That's a good question. I don't know how he would take it, but you have to also, put your ego aside. Like,
right.
You're doing the detriment to your team. Like, you're trying to win something, and every time you go out, you're getting rocked. So, like,
right.
I don't know how you would take it, but like, you really need to push your ego aside here and say, I don't have it now. I need to figure this out. But as of right now, put me in the bullpen. Or I'm trying to straighten out. Who knows? But
and you're right now. It's because I'm pretty sure they've had that thought in their mind. Let's make him a middle reliever. We're having struggles there, and look, how bad could it be? I listen. I get Durant is your best, closer, but why not try to flip the script and go? Listen, I need you to start. Durant, I listen, you're throwing 100-mile heaters right now. I get you're a closer. You're one of the best closers in the game, but I need you to start right now. I have nothing. If I'm the Phillies in the management, and I don't know if they probably thought about this, like, I need this guy to start. Like,
ooh,
I can't.
Durant?
Durant. Listen, I get it, but at this point with this team, you need to try something. You have
unless you do an opener for him, or he just do 2 innings and pull him and get a long man in there, like something. You gotta get creative here. Like,
Yeah, because
Duran ain't starting, dude. Come on.
No, he's not starting. But I mean, I was just trying to at least trying to have that conversation. Swin says,
they could fast track Gage Wood to come up here.
"Wow, really?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, listen, they got to try something because we want to see the Philly fanatic on the hill, and that's getting bad." Swin says even Luis Castillo could help the Phillies. Luis Castillo, listen, you're diving a little too deep into those Manor pitchers over there. What's going on? Listen, the Phillies could use any kind of help right now. They can use the janitor to come pitch at this point. But listen, player of the game, I'll give you guys mine. Player of the game, I got to go Marsh. Marsh with a pair of home runs. I know I took that right out of your hands there, Paul. But listen, I gotta go Marsh. At least he gave me 2 home runs. He's swinging the bat better right now. I mean, outside of him, it's Bryce Harper has been your 1-2 punch. Everyone else is like that secondary help right now that's coming up big. But who do you got, Paul?
Well, you took the easiest one. I'm going with Harper. Harper remained hot. Another 2-run home run. He's getting his batting average up there. He hit the 20 home run mark now. So I'm going with Harper.
You're going to Harper. Paul, Bill, where are you going to go for the Pirates?
Well, I'm torn between Rodriguez and Valdez. I'm going to give it to Valdez. I mean, he's been consistently good this year.
Yeah.
He's been one of those guys that when they've been down, he's delivered for in big homers. And when you look at it, Triola and Valdez, both hit those home runs to escape that early 5-run deficit. And Indy sealed the deal with a 3-run late. But I'm going to give it to Valdez.
You're going to give it to Valdez. Okay. Paul, I got a question for you. Does Harper backdoor himself into the All-Star game?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely in there.
You think so?
Yeah, and not even just because it's here and not because he's a homer. It's like a homer. He's actually earned it, dude. Like, he really, put his, 20 home runs already, not even the All-Star break yet. His batting average is up there again and driving in runs. So, yeah, I think he's definitely worth it.
Yeah, he's definitely worth a look to get in there. I think one, because it's here, and 2, I mean, like you said, outside of Marsh, he's been your 1 ace right now as far as production wise. I mean, Turner's very inconsistent. He's streaky like my underwear. Schwarber, if he ain't hitting the long ball, he ain't worth anything. And then it's like, Bohm. No, Stott's coming along better. He's hitting the small ball better. Remuto.
I don't think Stott and them. I know Stott like trying to vote for Stott, but he doesn't deserve the All-Star nod.
No. Stott's not getting it. I mean, like I said, he's been hitting the ball better this year, but no, not at all. So, but like I said, guys, make sure you guys tune in Wednesday night to the Pittsburgh Sports Desk with my man Bill Akins, and I mean, they do a great job covering all, Pittsburgh sports. I want to give them a shout before we wrap things up. And again, guys, make sure you give my man Paul here a follow as well. I mean, he does a great job doing a lot of Phillies coverages, up to 1,000 likes here on the TikTok, and really appreciating that. So you guys, make sure you got to give my man Paul here. Man brings the stats and the facts and his anger with Aranola. So you make sure you do that. Give him a follow as well. So guys, for me, Bill, Paul, we're going to ready to log out. Swin, thanks for checking to the show as normal and so forth. But, guys, we are going to get ready to wrap on out of here. For us, you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.